Pipeline Road, Chubor Road, Rehab Community Corridor, Small St. Michael Town Hall Court to Patient Shop, Dry Rice Market to Johnsonville, Doe Community, Claratown Road, where there was no road since independence, Bartonsville to Keba to Dicksville Road, VOA ELWA Community Access Road, Manatemba Road, ELWA Aratu Community Access Road, Cooper Farm Jangaba Road, Sinkal Village Telecom Road, Soul Clinic Road, Banjok Community Road, Nickley Town Road, Swagger Island Community Road, Logantown Broad Street, St. Kizito Red Light Road, Fairground Road, Grand Bassa County, Banga Broad Street, Bon County, Bopolu City Street, Bapolu County, Greenville, Sino County, Barclayville, Grand Crew County, Foka Mission Road. Additionally, with the Development Partners Assistance solicited by President George Weah, construction is also ongoing on major corridors throughout Liberia. Notwithstanding the support from partners, the Weah-led government is partly contributing resources to all of these road projects. The Coca-Cola factory to ELWA Junction Road is being paved with assistance from the World Bank. The CDC administration resuscitated a 2007 agreement with ArcelorMittal and also contributed $13 million to the Ganta to Yekepa Road project, which is nearing completion. Under his signature coastal highway project, the president has secured $30 million from the ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development to pave from Barclayville to Southtown, that is in Grand Crew County, and from Southtown to Cloney in Sino County. The CDC-led government renegotiated the terms of the Banga to Salaye Road, which is now ongoing. President George Weah's government negotiated with the OPEC Fund for International Development and signed a $25 million concessional facility to extend the construction of the Banga.
Yeah, Ishaka, how are you? Ishaka.
Yeah, good evening, General. How you doing? How you doing?
Good,
Am I live?
You are loud and clear. You are not just live, but you are loud and clear. I see that we first and foremost got to welcome you officially, Ishaka. Ishaka, welcome to the great platform where we interact with our
Thank
people.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Formally, let me appreciate you and the rest of the people who have initiated this effort to disseminate information to our people, our partisans, and the Liberian people as a whole, in making sure to inform them about what's going on in the CDC and also in their country. highly, and prevailing national issues that tend to shape the destiny and balance of our country. Thank you so much, General. You are doing an extremely marvelous job.
Jeff, we got to welcome our people as usual, Jeff. Jeff, are you getting me?
Yeah, Gerard, getting you now. I was
Okay.
adjusting my volume.
Yeah, Ishaka, my man, you seem to be in a vehicle. Where are you? You should have been ready for the show, my man. Ishaka, are you getting us? It seems to be a line is bad, Jeff. So, Jeff, that welcome our people, as usual.
As usual, General, we got James Wilson watching up from Carwell. I see Helena Barr. I see David Johnson. Asking you question. Abraham.
You got Zakba, Kiddy, you got Alan, JJJ.
Yeah, welcome and share the show. Let's share the show.
Yeah, we ask that you kind of share the show, please share the show. It seems to be Ishaka has a little bit of problem. It's on and off. Yeah, so let's share the show. Okay, we ask that you share the show. Somebody's watching from Lofa County. Santi Teller, Joseph Corley, Sergeant, David Johnson. Yeah, we ask that you kind of share the show. Today, we'll be having two guests here. We'll be having Dell Francis and we'll be having Benedict. So the show will be very bombastic today. So, Jeff, that your people, the people say they like to hear you welcoming them. Mario Kurman, Abraham, Boga, Yahaya, Talata Sharif. You are all welcome. Nina Kuyami, you are welcome. Abraham Boga. So we ask that you kind of share the show for us. You can share and keep sharing. Jeff, you are muted.
Jeff, you are muted. You are muted, Jeff.
Yes, I am. Okay, you getting me now. Abraham Boga. Welcome. Welcome, Abraham. Victoria Morris. Bob Solonte. You guys are highly welcome. Long time. Yeah, Bob. We are doing what we can do. Let's share the show, gentlemen.
Jeff, how are you? How you doing, my brother? It's been a long time.
Yeah, I only see you. Long time.
I want to see you on the other platform. So thank God you are here today, and the rest of the people who will join later.
Yes. Michelle Ziak from Johnsonville. Welcome. You're very welcome. We see most of our people are turning in, and today promised to be fantastic. Mohammed S. Donso from Philadelphia. Dear brother, you're welcome. This is the People's Show.
The chairman of the CDC USA is also has also joined, Yahaya Talata Sharif.
Yeah.
He's joined the show.
Welcome the chairman. Chairman Sharif, how are you, chairman? Blata, Mose Momolu, Dr. Thomas, W. Tiller Jr. Our people are on, Jeff. That your people, Jeff, that you don't want to listen to.
Serena Dan Johnson, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Serena Dan Johnson is a religious follower of almost all of the CDC shows across the country.
That's good. That's very good.
Yes, of course.
Faith M. Kamara. You're welcome, Faith. Welcome to the People's Network.
Somebody in the back, please mute yourself.
Tony Johnson. Michelle, today we have Benedict Kolubah for you, so there will be no flower from you.
No palava. No confusion.
Michelle will bring you a man Benedict today. Samuel Wild Johnson from Carwell. You're welcome, my brother. Honorable Prince K. Colley from Nairobi, Kenya. You're welcome, Honorable Prince Colley. David Johnson, you gotta go ask that question somewhere else. Gentlemen, let's share the show as much as possible.
Free to talk now, so
and let's have our people turning in wonderfully made, watching from where? Russia. Wow.
Wow.
My matter son, my dear brother. Mark Colin, you're welcome. From USA, you're welcome, Mark. Morris Dennis from Fender. Morris, how is Fender this time?
Wow.
Don Shiki Monk. Welcome. Melly Eddie Yelu from Kigali. Ruben Kane, you're welcome. Peter White from Minnesota, you're welcome. Let's share the show, gentlemen.
Jeff, just a minute. There's a breaking news coming in, so you can be out of it. Let me get a message clear.
Yes, go ahead.
You can be going ahead. Let me just.
David G. Johnson. Gray will respond to you, don't worry. Fanny Dowon. Let's share the show. Darcy A. Morris. You're welcome, wherever you're watching from. John Saki Cannon from New Jersey, USA. You're welcome. Manny Kofa. How's Matali yesterday? I hope you're okay. You're welcome. Chris De Harris from West Plains. Let's share the show, gentlemen. Charles Smith from So Cleaner Community. Welcome, welcome, gentlemen. Today will be a very, very special edition. We'll be showing you the devil in the numbers of the Unity Party budget for 2026. Benedict Kolubah will be here. We have Dell Francis to also talk about the harmonization and how this government have failed to reverse the harmonization. So today will be a good show. Frankie N. Sakos Senior, you're welcome, my dear brother. Linda Morris from Rhode Island, you're welcome. Francis Mane, you're welcome. Josephus Mane, you're watching from the city of New York.
Wow, Jeff. There's a
Wow.
report of there's a report, Jeff. There's a report of accident. You know.
Where so? I just seen this, man.
Yeah, Kakata Mangibi Highway.
Oh, there's a
Grand
police
TV reporting.
pickup.
Yeah, yeah. They said there's a serious accident in the presidential convoy.
This is
It's so,
tragic, man.
it's so tragic, man. So we asking people who driving on the highway to be very careful, who listening to us and following. Okay, this is it's very terrible. You see the picture there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
graphic.
police
It's
car,
terrible.
yeah, the motorbike. See the people down there.
Yeah.
It's so terrible. Yeah. So we just pray for our people and ask them to drive with care. Okay. So it's reported by Grand Crew TV. That's the breaking news. That there's a police car that ran into some people into another motorbike or other people, and there's a serious accident there. You see bodies on the ground on the Kakatan Highway. Okay, Jeff.
Yeah, it's graphic, man. Thank you, Greg, for the information.
Yeah.
Gwen Anesta from Johnsonville, you're welcome. Fiona Moses, you're watching from YouTube. That's good. That's good. Thank you. You're welcome. We are son. Thank you for watching and sharing the show, my brother. Yeah, Moses, Mamadou, yes, that is so sad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very sad, seriously.
Rubino Pierce, you watching from where? Toronto, Canada. Thank you for watching, and let's keep sharing the show.
Dear friends, Wreh, the man is getting all set. Yeah. Please share. Just keep sharing. So this is the police car that was involved into the accident.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
LMP05-42.
Yeah.
That's sad, man. It's so sad.
Yeah, on the Kakata Highway.
Sekou Jabi, Batala Bon County, you're welcome, my dear brother. Oh, Aaron G. Thanks for joining, Aaron. Let's share the show.
It's a serious accident.
Dell, friends, Wreh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How are you, my brother? The people are very excited, man. Now Dell, they have Dell here. You know, Dell will keep you in the bag a little bit. In the next 4 or 5 minutes, we'll get you on. Are you getting me, Dell?
Imagine Dell is still getting set up, so you know.
Dell, are you getting me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll allow you to set yourself or in the next 4 or 5 minutes, we'll bring you on. Are you getting me?
Yeah. I'm getting you. I'm hearing you.
In 4 or 5 minutes, we'll get you on, Dell.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah, so you get yourself all set. So our guests getting ready today to be on fire. So keep sharing the show. Keep sharing the show. Keep sharing the show.
Okay. Ruben, you need to reach to me. Just send me your WhatsApp in my on Messenger, Ruben. Let's talk about that chapter in Canada.
So at this juncture, you know, as usual, we allow our people to call in. Okay, let me put the number up, Jeff. Jeff, you want me to put the number up to call?
Yes, the number. Put the number up for them to call in. Let's see here from our people.
Okay. You sure, Jeff? You want me to put the number up?
Yeah, the people want to call in. Let our people have the saying. Dino, you're welcome. D Memo from Bernard Farm. You're welcome. Yes, Pin Charles, it's never too late, man. Victoria Morris from Dixville. You're welcome.
So yeah, you can call this number on WhatsApp. That is +231 77817.
Thank you, Morris.
You can call on WhatsApp to have your say. We'll give maybe 6 minutes because we got to bring our guests in.
Thank you, Morris. Keep sharing, Morris.
Yeah.
Thank you. Morris
Benedict,
Dennis. Moses Dennis.
Benedict seems to be in the bank, but his device is not connecting. So if you want to participate, we want to have your say. We allow you to call. We allow you to call in now for the next 6 minutes.
The WhatsApp number is there. You can see it 0778 1740099 is a WhatsApp number. 0778.
No, we can't say Jeff. We got to call it, or the American people or the foreign people +231.
Yeah. Okay. So, but you pin it here already, so I'm sure they're getting it.
Okay, +231 778174099. Waiting on the calls, so you can call and have your say. We just get about 6 minutes to go, maximum 6 minutes, because our guests are already set. I can see them in the back and they are ready to fire.
Amara, you are welcome. Emmanuel Tia, you are welcome. Zadi Swa. Gentlemen, you share the show, please. Let's share the show. Today, there's a lot of information will be coming out. A lot of information. A lot of information, gentlemen. Emmanuel Gawi. Delon P. Oliver. Wow. Welcome, gentlemen.
Excuse me, we got our first caller. So, what's your name and where are you calling from?
General Wreh, Mr. Jonathan Chelsea. My name is Joshua Bobby Sewa. I do call you from Nima County, Sanikore City, the public relations officer of Mana Ire Congolese movement in Liberia.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. General Wreh, I'm so excited. You know, when I follow your show, even on the spoon talk, when I follow you and Jonathan and Chelsea as it do, you people are really give me the courage to go to school and learn more. I mean, you people are our fellow of our, today politics in Liberia. So I'm so glad. I'm so glad that this platform, I mean, we are all in support to share. The only thing we can do is to share.
Yeah, not just share, follow and share, follow and share.
And to follow all the time. So I'm so happy. We are lack of, words to express how grateful we are to you guys, from the back of the CDC, for the help you guys have given to people from the day CDC was established.
Okay, because other people calling in now, we appreciate it. Thank you. Just follow and share, please.
Thank you, great. Thank you very much. I always follow you.
Okay. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, General.
Yeah,
General?
You calling to participate?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Kesari Sumo. I call from Beaumont, Lower Bone County.
Okay, Kesari. You live. Hello? Wow, we lost the caller. Jeff, you getting me?
Yeah, I'm getting you, General.
Okay, so the caller, let me see what I can call them back because we lost them, man. The person really want to participate in the bank calling.
Abraham Lawrence from Spain. Welcome. Welcome, my brother. This is the People's Show. Morris passed away. Harrison Tia. Morris Nya Kakai. You're welcome, my dear brother. Helena Flomo. You're welcome. Emmanuel Tia. From Rhode Island. Prince.
You say your name is what?
Yeah, I want to participate.
Okay, you can participate, but what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Soti Tere and I'm calling you from Ghana's Dell to be.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Getting me?
Yeah, we're getting you. You can go ahead.
Okay, thank you, General. Thank you, General. You know, General, first of all, before I go ahead to say what I want to say, I first want to tell you thank you, General. You know, you have been doing so well for us, General.
You were many on the show, so it's not just about me.
Hello, General.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know, every time, General, when I go to the mosque, grab a Muslim, if I go to the mosque anytime, I always read one Fatiha for you. So that God can continue to bless you and give you long life.
Say all on the show. You can't be alone. Pray for everybody.
Yeah, I'm praying for everybody. Our entire leader, I'm praying for everybody. But you know, I gotta be a whole special because you are so, you have committed yourself to our party. You know, you want putting lavish on today on our grave. You putting lavish on today. You make you to be, with the party to remain brave. We can see you every day.
Just hold on, everybody.
So thank you very much to the issue. You know, our country right now, our country is very, very looking that kind of way on our grade. So really, for me, I really want you to be, telling with the citizens, some of those, things that those people are doing that are on track so that, we can checkmate them and put them on track.
Okay,
So
yeah. We gotta tell you thank you because, yeah. Thank you. We'll take 2 more calls because our guests are already in the bag and ready. We'll take 2 more calls. So, yeah, Jeff, I think we have a quarter, we almost have a quarter. Some people been called.
Helena Flomo. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Vic Marsh. Edwin Gray. Emmanuel Bangu. Kona Flomo. Agatha Glasgow. Prince Carr. You guys are welcome. Keep sharing the show, please. David O. Johnson. Please share the show. Thank you, gentlemen, for watching. Harris Kamara. Jackson S. Alpha. Mohammed Barry. Siafa O. Sombai. Oh, you
Okay, so
got
we got a caller on the line. Caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
All right, once again, I'm Kessler Sumo. I call from Beaumont, Lower Bond County, District number 7.
Okay.
Yeah. General, thank you very much for having me on. My attention is been drawn to the biggest concession we have in our community called China Union. For time past, this company been here, and the responsibility when it comes to the MDA, we have not been realizing it. And this rescue government came with the promise our people that they will come and improve the system. But if you just take a visit to Beaumont, you would never know that there is existing a 2.6 billion company here. So I think we are calling on the government to really pay attention to these Chinese people. Imagine the Chinese people doing the job like we were supposed to do.
The person ready just called about the black man. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, Jeff, go ahead. This person is really disrupting the line. Hello? Hello? Yeah, hello. Chef, you can go ahead.
All right, thank you. So we have who is this? Randall Chipoyi. Thank you for your comment. Sure, we are coming back for sure. Joseph Kennedy. Thanks for watching. J City Dodge. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, and thanks for sharing. Michelle, you're welcome from Minnesota. Afonso Scott. Sam Diaco Topa. Diamond Stone. Thank you, gentlemen. Share the show, please. As you come on, share the show, please. Thomas Derek Dawuda from Douala. You're welcome, my brother. Frederick Nimeni from New York City. You're welcome, my brother. Share the show, please. Morris Passaway. Thank you, my brother Morris. Thank you so much, and please share the show. Samuel Fokpa from Maryland, USA. K-Rich Fobio from Grand Cape May County. Wow. Great people from Grand Cape May watching you. Tanisha Bar Jr. Thank you for watching, and please share the show. Adama Omaru Bari. How are you, my brother? Bob Greaves. Josh Capper. D. Gobia Jr. Thanks for watching, and please share the show, gentlemen. Alaji Dukule. You can make that statement on other network, Alaji. Yeah, this place is place for constructive ideas. Sharon Bobber from France. You're watching from France. Oh wow, you're welcome, Sharon. Justin Cassell. My brother, you're not the one to determine that, man. Alexander Kapper from Dubai, you're welcome. Gentlemen, share the show as you join. Please share the show. And Yinka, you're watching from Accra, Ghana. You're welcome, my brother. Let's share the show as much as possible. Aaron Masakwe from Loking Town, you're welcome. Laha Kamara, you guys are highly welcome. Gentlemen, today is going to be a very, very good show today. A lot of people, our guests are warming up in the background. We're about to bring them on the show in a few minutes. Today we'll be discussing the budget and the lies that this government has placed into the budget. We'll be pinpointing those lies and exposing them. We're going to expose this government for their deception. We're going to expose these guys for the deception in the budget. There's a lot of stuff in the budget that we'll be pointing out today. And so we want you to continue to share the show. We'll talk about the harmonization. Why up to now, almost 2 years under the Unity Party,
we're bringing our guests in now. Okay, we're not taking any calls in. Dell is said already. We're going to bring Dell in. We're going to bring Benedict in. Waiting on Benedict. So Dell, you are welcome, Dell.
Thank you. I'm hearing you.
Thank you, Dell. You're welcome. You're welcome to Liberia Action TV, where we point out the lies and give the truth. Thank you, Dell, for coming.
Thank you.
Dell, we highly appreciate your presence here. We got Benedict Kolubah in the back. To our many listeners or many viewers across the country, in various parts of the world, today we have two great men. They will introduce themselves. Benedict Kolubah and Dell Wreh, they are not only policy experts or analysts, but they are also developmental analysts. Very distinguished characters today. So our guests are Benedict Kolubah and Dell Wreh. So we give 2 minutes each. Then after the 2 minutes, we give them 8 minutes each or 10 minutes each to lay the foundation of the conversation today. Okay. So, Dell, since you came on first, we'll give the benefit of the doubt for 2 minutes to introduce yourself.
Thank you. And good evening to everyone who listening to the show in Liberia, abroad, in Europe, in the Americas, and different parts of the world. I'm happy to be on the show, and I want to extend my gratitude to the team for organizing the show, that allow us to share our view on critical national issues. I'm Dell Wreh, formerly Executive Director of the Liberia Macroeconomic Policy Analysis Center at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. At the center, we were charged with the responsibility of advising the government on critical macroeconomic issues and also developing policies that strengthen fiscal governance and the overall economic management of the country. But prior to assuming the position as Executive Director of LIMPAC, I worked with the Ministry of Finance for over 12 years before serving the position as Executive Director for LIMPAC. So at the Ministry of Finance, I rose through the ranks of serving as revenue forecast analyst. Estimating how revenue is forecasted. And then also serving as policy advisor to the Minister of Finance. And also serving also as the first coordinator of the Liberia Government National Open Budget Initiative, which started in 2011-2012. So all about opening the budget, making the budget process transparent, we spearheaded that during the regime of Madam Salif. So we say all of this to say that all of the areas in the Ministry of Finance we work, and we do have the experience and the technical know-how to provide analysis and answer to many of the questions that you want to ask. In terms of my education, I hold a master's degree in international development policy from Duke University in North Carolina, the USA. And I also hold a specialized diploma or certificate in public financial management and international tax policy, also from Duke University. And in terms of BSc, which is not the least to say, but I hold my BSc degree in economics from the African Methodist Episcopal University, AMEU, and I got a degree in 2004. And my master's degree, I got it in 2015. So before working with government, I also work with the private sector. Someone was asking about it's only a government job, this guy, no, but I also work with the private sector. So I work specifically with the banking sector. I started my professional career with the Liberia Bank for Development and Investment, the LBDI, where I served as budget analyst, and later on transition to treasury management officer. After the LBDI, I moved to the United Bank for Africa, UBA Liberia, where I serve as the director for asset and liability management, like assistant director for treasury and resource. So in terms of the macroeconomic environment in Liberia and the business environment in Liberia, the policy environment also in Liberia, we have gone through it, and we do understand a lot about what is happening in Liberia and how we can improve things in Liberia. And if wrong policy are initiated, we also have the expertise to analyze the motive beyond the wrong policy, but to also first identify how wrong the policy is by providing facts. So it's just not talk. Thank you, and we look forward to a very useful exchange.
Thank you very much. The great Benedict Kolubah. You have 2 minutes to introduce yourself. Say something about yourself. That's what I mean. But Benedict, I can let you just taking the right show on the show today.
I calculated the time to be home. Unfortunately and coincidentally, I was caught in the traffic that the president was coming. So, but some told me I was lucky. It took me 30 minutes. So I don't know whether it was him, but it blacked out for 30 minutes and one convo passed. So some say I was lucky. So I'll keep running, and I'm kind of big. You see me changing my position because I want to get the AC, and so I get relaxing and cooling off because I know this show is our show. We are relaxed to talk to our people. So let me say good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you find yourself. Like you popularly know, my name is Benedict Kolubah. But many times my peers or my colleagues call me Uncle Ben. I am somebody who was born right up in Lofa. I'm a victim of the war. I had to live as a refugee in Guinea. Came back, graduated from Hayward Mission School. As a victim of the war, went to AME Zion University, graduated with BSc in sociology. I went to the University of Liberia. I did peace and conflict studies with focus on community development. And then I went to LIPA, who were the first group of people that did development management at diploma level. I went to the IMF. I did specialized training in inclusive growth studies that focus on how you do your national plan or whatever plan you do to bring about equality and narrow down the gap between the poor and the rich people. I had the opportunity to go to Italy in Turin, University of Turin, in partnership with the ITC ILO. I did development management, another master program. I had the opportunity to work ambitiously as a young man, establish my own local NGO called LEAF, Local Education Agriculture Foundation. During the emergency days of the war from 2000, 2001, we were responsible for internally displaced people from Belafana when people were displaced as young as I was. I think around 23, 24, somewhere around about. We start caring for people, and then we moved fast from Maimu back to TV Tower, that is Banga, Maimu, and then participated in the repatriation of our people back to Lofa. And fast forward, I had the opportunity to work as Assistant Minister for Development Planning. That role was by de facto, I was the planning minister for the Republic of Liberia for the last 6 years. That role required advising the government or articulating of the plan of the government within a framework that all the partners can follow. My job was to ensure that even our partners, their programming are aligned with the National Development Plan. I was fortunate to have supported one UN country program, one with Yakub. The second one was with the new country realm, which we call the Sustainable Cooperation Development Framework. UNDP supported them, supported a lot of UN agencies, the World Bank, to craft that national development plan so it sinks within our vision. So I have a broad space of policy planning analysis. And then when it comes to the budget, our job was to analyze the budget and see how money is spent to translate or to improve the life of the people. So our job is not just to look at the numbers, it's to look at where the numbers come from, how the numbers can impact the lives of our people. So today we're here and we continue to make our contribution to the country. I'm glad that you invited us to come and share our view on so many issues. There are a lot of issues we could talk about, but we want to move by the deity or by the guardians of the program for the day. So let me say thanks to all of our people in the land of the radio listening to us.
Thank you very much, Benedict. We want to say thank you to you and Dell Francis, Wreh, for appearing on the show. The two of you have gone down into history as our first official guests. And the reason why we ask you guys to introduce yourselves so that the public can get to know the character and caliber of people who are discussing the subject matter. Your panelists are, obviously, you know me, Akara Stolaka Tomeka Gray. You have J. Jefferson Chelsea. You know he worked as one of the ministers at Ministry of Public Works. We've had Ishaka, one of the assistant ministers, former assistant minister of rural development. Keith Hassan and other people are intent to join us. So today, the format is this. I will give each of you 8 minutes, and if the need be, to lay the foundation of the conversation. What do I mean by that? We start with Dell. Dell is one of the chief architects who helped to formalize the, how do we call it, the, what's the court name in government? Dell, you can help me, or Jeff?
Harmonization?
Yeah, harmonization.
Harmonization.
Yeah, he was legislator. And then, you know, he dealt with different issues. And a lot of people have not understood what the essence of the harmonization. Benedict, you specialize in the budget area. We know both of you are in both areas. So what we'll do is that Benedict will start with you first. I will give you 8 solid minutes to lay the foundation of the argument. You know, and we're giving people very tough time today. I can guarantee you that it will not be easy. You won't have a smooth ride on this program today, Benedict. So you lay the foundation of the 2026 budget or the Unity Party budget, the last 2 to 3 budget. You make the argument, we'll ask you questions on the basis of what you will say. So your time will start. I will give you 8 solid minutes. It's now 6:35 in Liberia. So it's your turn.
So I don't know whether I got the strength to talk for straight 8 hours without interruption, but I will
8
try.
minutes.
Yeah, 8 minutes, I mean.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, you can go 4 minutes, no problem.
Yeah, let's say 5 minutes, then you ask, probably by that
No
way,
problem. Yeah.
we can have the public just sitting listening to one
Okay,
person.
4
probably.
minutes you can go. Then they wanted to get the benefit of the doubt. 4 minutes.
No, we're gonna go ahead. So here is the point. Before you discuss budget, and I like to take my time on this. Budget is the vehicle that carries people to their destiny in the context of national development. So to do a budget, a very good budget in this political system, I will want to reflect back on the promises that leads to the budget. So I will start with the Unity Party commitment to the Liberian people. In 2023 or 2020, or even in 2019, the Unity Party and her alliances began to canvass against the CDC that we were not running the economy properly. Poverty was in the country. There were liquidity issues. In fact, they made the people to believe that we stole $16 billion. When they come back, they're going to make sure we bring all of that money back. And they made the Liberian people to think, to believe that Samuel Tua put $25 million in wheelbarrow and he was distributing money around. They made the Liberian people to believe that we cut their salaries and they were going to come back to restore those dignity, those lost hope of the Liberian people. So they translated that into a manifesto called Arrest. If you notice in the first place, the first arrest only had 2 arrows. It was 1 arrow, A-R-E-S-T, it was arrest. And later on, they changed it to 2 arrows. And then later, they moved it from 2 arrows to rescue. Then they move from rescue to they still move AARD, they call it AARD, but arrest is still there. So arrest became the focus, and the Liberian people, I can say the 20,000 plus people who were aggrieved bought that because they won the election by 20,000. So after that, they translated those into their plan. And so that plan, for it to be achieved, it has to be monetized. You need money to achieve the plan. So every year they align money to those visions to be able to implement, to achieve what they want to achieve. So the budget is actually a conduit, a vehicle to translate the mind, the intention of the government towards the Liberian people or towards the citizenry. So if you look at the 3 budgets, there's something I'm doing right now. I'm going to present later. I don't want to preempt. I'm preparing a first semester report card or grade. If you notice, the government term or tenure is for 6 years. And coincidentally, our academic calendar is for 6 periods. And so the government has gone 3 years of budgets because they have submitted the 2026 budget. So those 3 years will constitute their first semester budget. It will tell us their intention for the country. And I'm going to report on that. So on the basis of that, we'll start with this budget. This budget is the intention of the government this year and how they're going to achieve. And the budget is divided into 2. You got a budget that we call recurrent, which means the money we spend, the government spend on running the government, which will include people's salary, which will include per diems, which will include scratch cards, which will include gasoline for the ministers, their allowances for their travel, or renting of private jet for the president. All of those are what we call recurrent, everyday activities. That money, when it is spent, it is only spent on like 70,000 of the population. That means those who work in government, they are the people that benefit directly from those money, either from their salary, from their gas slave, or from their scratch card, or from their allowance, or from their jet, the generator fuel, like Patrick Honda and the rest of the people. So that money is there for 70,000, at most 70,000 people in the government. Each of those 70,000 people may have at least or at most 5 persons living with them or that they have to take care of directly. So if you multiply 5 by 70, that is about 350,000 people that benefit from that money every month. The rest of the people, including you and myself, the way we benefit is what we call public sector investment. That means the government will do some projects, and in those projects, other people will be employed. In those projects, it will deliver services to the people, for example, building roads, for example, building new hospitals, for example. So if the government collection, what the government collects, they spend more on what they eat than what they put in project. It means the government is eating more than what the citizen can eat or can benefit from. So we'll be discussing this budget from that perspective. What is the intention of the government? To eat more money or to put more money in the hands of the common people? So this is how I will start my opening thesis for the discussion of this year budget. This year budget is the intention of the Liberian government towards the people. And the citizens should understand that the way the budget is framed, it tells you how the government is thinking about you. If more money is going to them to run the government, it means that they don't care for you, they get care for themselves. If they put more money to projects, it means that yes, they have to use money to run the government to be able to do projects. And this year is one of the best opportunities that the Liberian people who are benefited, but it's a loss of hope or lost opportunity for us.
Benedict. Yeah, Dell. I think we should go topic by topic. So your introduction will also be on the budget. Should we go that route?
Oh yeah, I mean
After the budget, then we'll go to harmonization. So we think that will give you your time on the budget issue, your introductory statement.
Yeah, sure. The budget is the masterpiece that covers every area. So there's no way you can speak of the budget, and you also don't speak about harmonization. You don't speak about the different policy intervention of the Unity Party government. So yes, as we unveil the problem in the budget, we will also be able to discuss some of the issues about harmonization and some of the myths that the government keep giving that they are reversing harmonization and so. So, I mean, Benedict has articulated very well on the budget, but so I'm just going to add to what he said. And as a lecturer of public finance, a budget is a very important instrument for the country. It is through the budget that the government implement the development plan that they have. It is through the budget that the government provides services to the people. It's also through the budget that the government take care of some of the very important issues that affect the population in terms of education, in terms of health, in terms of transportation, in terms of national security, and all the other areas that support the broader foundation of economic performance. This year budget, having read through it, and let me say very quickly that the budget, most time our emphasis as citizens, we always focus on the allocation part of the budget, meaning how is the budget distributed, and sometimes that makes us to put less attention to the revenue aspect, which is very, very important. Because if any government want to short exchange the citizen, one of the best way to do it is to inflate the revenue. And once you inflate the revenue, you appear that giving everybody something. But in actuality, when you start to execute the budget, you actually will serve the people we intended to serve. And classically, this budget presented for 2026, which has the hip of Liberia reaching 1 billion budget or 1.2 billion budget, is just one of the classic examples that the budget is a balloon budget, is an inflated budget intended to impress the people, but in actuality, benefit to the people will not be actualized because the actual revenue that the government will collect, the government will actually spend on the things that they want to spend on. And those revenue, which they know they will not collect, the contingent revenue that in the tune of 228 million, is the one they largely spending on project and say we give 50 million to electricity, we gave 4 million to the University of Liberia, and we increase all of the sector in terms of projects, when they know very well that the contingent revenue that is largely dependent on ArcelorMittal giving 200 million and also getting another 10 million from asset recovery is the one that, like Benedict said, is the one they intend to show to the citizens that they will do something for them. So if they don't realize it, then it means the citizen and all the incremental projects that they want to do, they won't do it. I will have expected the government to maybe take most of the critical project and put it into core revenue and take some of the recurring incremental allocation to some of their security agencies to the contingent revenue. Meaning, if you want to increase the police budget more than what it was in 2025, or the NSA budget than what it was in 2025, you tie it to the ArcelorMittal money. But you cannot be increasing NSA budget by 8 million in core revenue, and then you say JFK increment will depend on the money that you expect from ArcelorMittal or asset recovery. So in that case, the credibility of the revenue is questionable, because when you do the analysis and see that a huge portion of your revenue envelope is dependent on contingent revenue on ArcelorMittal, which hasn't reached or which is not even near closure, then an elementary student of budgeting will say, what were you thinking about to take a huge amount of that and put it into the budget and start to allocate across sector just for the sake of impressing the population? So those are just my initial comments. And as we go into details, we will unveil some of the discrepancies and some of the misjudgment of the government in this draft budget.
Okay, Dell. Thank you very much. We are on now Voice of Bomb, 1OTV.5. We are going live on Voice of Bomb. We want to say hi to all of the people in Bomb County and across Bomb County that are on our voice. We also have our YouTube channel, Liberia Action TV. You go on YouTube. Those of you who are now on Facebook, you can go on YouTube. We have two important guests here. We have Benedict Kolubah and we have their friend Wreh. And we'll also be soliciting some questions from those in the comment section. So at this critical juncture, they've laid the foundation of the conversation. So we go to Jeff, our panelist, if you can ask a question to a specific person, or the both of them could answer the question.
Thank you, General. I listened to Benedict. I think Benedict should be able to address this squarely. Benedict, you mentioned about the arrest agenda. So my question is this budget, the 2026 proposed budget, is it in alignment with the arrest agenda, or is completely out of alignment with the arrest agenda? Does it address the bread and butter issue? Does the budget in any way help the ordinary Liberians, improve the lives of the ordinary Liberians?
Okay, so before I go there, I wanted to lay some foundation again, and then I'll go to whether the budget actually speaks to the arrest.
Benedict, I told you 4 minutes are not good for you, but you said you wanted 4 minutes.
No, I didn't want that. Well, I didn't want to keep
the social sciences so I can predict scientifically.
I didn't want to keep the audience in suspense, so we'll be interacting.
We want you to lay the foundation, then we'll start asking you, we'll start beating on you. So yeah, we'll get the benefit of it.
Let me go back. First thing, like Dell started, when you make the budget is a projection. You're telling the Liberian people you will raise this money. But first thing, you need to tell them where you get the money from. So if you got a budget review, if you go to the budget preface, they got something we call preface. Under that preface, there's something we call the revenue measure. Yeah, I'm going to read that for the Liberian people, right? The government said to sustain this momentum and create a more resilient fiscal base, the government is rolling out targeted policy reforms that are practical, fair, and forward-looking. A 2% presumptive corporate income tax will be introduced for major concessions agreements, ensuring the line's operators contribute equitably to national development. 2, the goods and service tax will increase from 12% to 13%, making a gradual transition towards a full value addition tax VAT system, modernize Liberia tax architecture, and improve efficiency. 3, taxation on the digital economy will be enhanced to reduce the leakages and prevent base erosion, ensuring fair contribution from cross-border digital transactions, and global platform operating in Liberia. So the government says it will do 3 things to raise the $1.2 billion. 1, the companies that they are expecting to come, the concession company, they will put additional tax on the concession companies. They call it corporate income tax. 2, they say they will put tax on goods and services. That means you go to the store, you buy something, the people who's selling it, they will have to pay 13% of the taxes of what you buy. And if you make it 13%, the business people don't want to lose, so they will put that 13% on you who going to buy. So for example, if something is costing $100, they will put $13 on it because that $13 for them, for the government, is not for them. So they will tell you it's $120. When you buy it, then they take the $13 from there because they don't want to lose and give it to the government. So what that will eventually happen is anything that was costing $100 will now cost around $113 or $115, right? Or anything you are buying $1,000 now will be now $1,300. So the government will increase taxes on that. One of the things also the government is saying, they will increase taxes on mobile money. You know, people doing a lot of mobile money transaction, right? And then the mobile money companies are holding a lot of money because they have millions of dollars. More people now going to the bank now. They get to push and pull, they transfer money, they pull it into their account. So the bankers or the central bank fees that the commercial banks are making more money out of that because they are holding bulk of the liquidity now. So the way to stop them from holding more money is to put taxes on them and say, okay, when you hold more than 1 million out here of mobile money, whether you will pay this amount. Or when you transfer money from here to Guinea, because people are not going through the bank now, they got this transfer system from here, Guinea and West African country. So all those ones are the ones the government will use to collect more taxes. So what that means is the putting burden of tax on the vendors or on the business people, and no tax burden will now come on the common people.
So Ben,
yeah.
Then we gotta go. We ask a specific question: how does the budget benefit the ordinary people? Jeff, was that the question?
Yeah, but that's the foundation there, Honorable Gray. The budget in the first place, the way the money will be collected will not benefit the people because it's not like Dell said, it's not get the allocation you look at for benefit. The way the money is being collected, it will affect the people in the first place. Because you're putting more taxes on.
So it means more taxation. You go back
taxation. Yes. The second thing is the common people go to the central bank website around September 23rd, they passed a memo and said, from now on, the government will not collect money or will not deal with people through mobile money transaction. If you needed to pay tax because LRA have mobile money tax payment system, or even the government herself through the Ministry of Finance and through the CDC government, we established a mobile money system to pay salary to some people. Those in rural places without bank and they had to travel long distances to go and encash their money, we were paying it through mobile money. The government said they will cancel that. So just the way they will collect the money, the policy around the money, firstly will affect the common people before even going to how it affects the arrest agenda.
Okay, so yeah, good. Dell, do you want to add something on that?
Yeah,
Because
first,
the question is for the both of you in terms of what does the masses stand to benefit from this budget? What do people stand to benefit?
I mean, in theory, the budget looks like it's going to benefit the people, but in practice, that proposed benefit to the people is it look very unachievable because the bedrock, the foundation on which that promise to the people is made is struggling. All of the promises to the people in terms of project or the public sector investment plan, they are all relying on contingent revenue. So I want to buy my children Christmas clothes. The salary that I'm sure of, I don't budget in the salary that I'm very sure that I will earn. And then I tell them that for me to buy you Christmas clothes, one of our aunties or one of our uncles in the States will send up money. And it's that money that I will use to buy you Christmas clothes. I'll buy you all the things, and your capital, your shoe, and everything. It's the kind of way the government is playing with the people. The government take all of what's supposed to benefit the people in the budget and put it on contingent. So if you ask me what is aligned with the arrest agenda, I would say on paper it looks like they are doing something about their agenda. And deceptively, they actually don't intend to support the people because what they want to share with the people is a revenue source that is very questionable and look very unrealistic. So insincerity is very highlighted in the budget because all of the core revenue that the government is sure of, the government is using the core revenue to increase the budgetary allocation for security sector, for agencies that you have less accountability. So if you take all of the money, you increase the national security budget by 50 million or by 20 million in core revenue.
So Dell, I want to understand it because what you're saying to me is making a lot of sense. So what the government has done is the actual core revenue, the actual money the government has shown, the actual money the government is sure of collecting. They took that money and put it under the secret entity like the NSA, the EPS.
Yes.
The money that they're not sure of getting is what they put towards the citizen.
Exactly. And that's a deception.
Okay, Dell.
Okay, so
because we talking
so let me go back. Let me go back.
When you talk about coal, please just break it down for the ordinary people because people in Bon County listen it down around Lofa and other areas. Yeah, tell
Okay, so let me go back there with Dell.
Core contingent revenue. I beg you, you know somebody who can speak our languages, so that just break it down so the people can understand that.
So core, yeah. Let me
go ahead.
Yeah. So when we say core revenue, we mean the money that you are very sure of that you will collect in taxes.
Okay.
That one you sure of it. And that money you sure of that you collect in taxes, is the one that you are using to increase the budgetary allocation for the NSA, for all of the institutions that carry a covert operation where you have less accountability.
Okay, Dell. So you're trying to say the money that the government know they will collect for the 1 year.
Yeah.
That they want to put on different institutions, like they put it under security, they put it on the NSA so they can get it back.
They can get it back. Yes.
Instead of putting it towards all of area for development, they take it, they say we'll put it on the NSA, we'll put it on the EPS.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they want to not show all that they want to say they will support hospital, they will support JFK, they will support roads, they will support all the
So they want to not show that they want to call contingent revenue.
Exactly. So that is deception there.
They want to they not show that they will collect.
They want to say that they want to give. Yeah, they don't want to say they give to
the
people.
That promise there. But what they get in their hand, they take it to put a different area. They won't show promise then.
Yeah. What they not show or what they issue.
For the other people too. People go there your land. The people your land.
Let me add to what Dell is saying, right?
Yeah.
But I will be very categorical that the arrest agenda doesn't even have logic. It has the foundation is flawed. Then the budget is not speaking. So they are talking something different on paper with what they say they will do in the arrest agenda. The money that they're supposed to spend to make the agenda, where they're spending, the money is going different side, and what they say they want to do is they now way behind them. So, for example, like they were saying, it's almost like you in a house, you and your wife, your country corporate, and you tell the children, you know what, our neighbor will get all ready, your food, your weight, you and your wife eat all the food. The one you brought in the hall, you're either you're waiting for your neighbor to give food to you before your children can eat. So one of the dangerous part is this. The government, the money the government show up that will be collecting, that they want to divide your money and say so. Everybody tell their fees because they show up that one. They want to not show up. And one area, another they not show up. That one, they not, if far from being show up, say, for example, developmental. So all the money that's supposed to go to the people is about 281 million naira. And the thing they're waiting for before they can spend that money is they're waiting for developmental to get them money before they spend. They are waiting for asset recovery to carry somebody to jail, and the person confess that, yeah, I stole money, I will pay before they can get money to the Liberian people. They are waiting for the donors, our international partner, the World Bank, the African Development Bank. The African Development Bank saying, when you do good thing, we'll get you 72 million now. They are waiting for that money to come before they can get money to the people for agriculture, for example, before they can get money for building hospitals. And one of the things that even make it worse, or great, when you look in the budget, there is something we call county development fund. All the counties they give money to, they gave each county $186,666, which is 2.8 million for the 15 counties. So county like Nima got the same 186,000. The only thing that bless Nima and Bon is the 200 million developmental will give. Imagine that developmental is in Nima. They carry on their environmental pollution taking place, the people water getting damaged, the air getting polluted. developmental will get 200 million. But they say they only get that 200 million, they only get 6 million to Nima County. So what that means is that if developmental was not there, or it were not ratifying the agreement this year, Nima County will only get 183,000 from the budget. So for me, I can categorically say that the budget is going to different place, and the so-called arrest agenda is laying way behind. So the people not get benefit in the budget, because all the benefit that the people are supposed to benefit is waiting on manna to fall down from heaven. So if you're really a serious parent for your children, when you take your salary, the first place your money should go is their school fees, their feeding. But you can't take your salary, you're expecting money from your intern from America, then you go on the beach with your salary, you go to club with your salary, then you tell the children you're waiting when your intern send money from America. No serious parent can do that. So that is how the budget will not benefit the people.
So
thank you guys. Thank you for the clarity. You see, it's good that we bring you guys here to give us the right interpretation of the budget. Now, the Liberian people can clearly see that the Unity Party objective of increasing the budget to 1.2 billion is for them to benefit themselves and not the ordinary people. Thank you, guys.
So,
Honorable Wreh.
Yeah. So let's look at the issue of employees' compensation. Let's look at that. Now we see 2026 budget is talking about $329 million. I guess you got the budget.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We do have the budget.
$329 million in 2026. Before 2026, in 2003, Ben, can you make a comparative analysis of the 2003 budget? Because the budget now is $329 million United States dollars. Our concern is that how does it increase the salary of civil servants, especially?
So this one, I think Josiah Joker, you need to invite Josiah Joker to your studio, or the media need to invite him to provide some clarity or information on the one here. Go back to Josiah Joker report in 2022. Josiah Joker said that the government was spending plenty of money on salary, the CDC government, because there are plenty of votes on the payroll. So you are going to take them from the payroll and reduce all the huge money CDC was spending, according to him. CDC had almost $10 billion to pay for consultants. He took it from there. The wage bill was around 297. He said he reduced it. What?
You said the wage bill on our CDC were around $297 million, right?
Yeah, 297. The last budget was 297, 298.
Okay.
So Josiah said in our year 2024, in his report, he said he reduced the wage bill to $283 million, because he said every month the government was paying $23.5 million, but he reduced it, it came down to 21. So he was saving some money from there. But by the time he did it in 2024, 2025, the wage bill went up to 315, it ended with 316 million. So imagine that. So the man who said he was bringing the government wage bill, the salary business down because it was not going correct. But in the region, in 1 year time, almost $40 million he added to the wage bill.
Wow.
Let me show you something also happened. So now in the second year, the count was 329. So, Wreh, you got a calculator there?
I'm trying to plug my calculator or not. Wow.
1 minute, Benedict. Do you have any screenshot, any picture, anything you want on the Wreh to pull up? He can send it to him, post it in the chat room, he'll pull it up, just in case.
Okay,
Okay,
Ben.
I don't know.
I want help.
Okay, so I want you to calculate 298 minus 316.
The 316 for what?
For this 18 million. So it means that the time CDC left the wage bill at 298. In 2025, they increased it by 18 million, and they added another 18 million on it. You understand it? The people who said they were bringing it down. Now, another thing I want you to do again. 329 plus 26.
329
plus 26.
Plus 26 what?
Get what 26?
355.
So it means that today the wage bill is $355 million minus 298 minus 298 from that number. I got one Liberian people to understand the
57 million difference.
So from 2023, where we left the budget, 2024 budget we left, to 2026, they have added 57 million on the wage bill. Just in 3 years.
$57 million, Dell.
Just in 3 years.
Before you go further, Dell. $57 million added on the issue of compensation by the government Republic of Liberia. Why you think it has not gone to increase civil servant salary? $57 extra million from 2023 to now. The government has added $57 million.
You know, the Unity Party government, like the Unity Party itself, they operate on lies and deception. If you will recall, the budget that was submitted in 2023 by the outgoing government, the CDC last budget is submitted, which was recalled by the Unity Party. In that budget, the CDC actually estimated compensation to be around $308 million when CDC submitted the budget, because a lot of things happened between 2021 to 2023. And some of the things that happened that took the compensation to from 297 or 299 to 310 or 308 was the fact that we increased the salary of those who were making below $150. And there were around 16,000 people. Secondly, there were intervention in other agencies of payroll. But when Unity Party took over, when they saw that the compensation moved to 309 or 306, 308, they came on, they saw it like CDC employed people in 2023 because they felt it was election year, CDC employed people. So you know what they did? They hurriedly and hastily, unscientifically, brought the compensation to 297. When it brought it to 297, wow. Joker got on the radio and started to say, oh, the government having ghosts on the payroll, from the payroll, only the government doesn't want to take the ghost, and we'll clean the ghosts. When we clean the ghosts, we will save a certain amount of money, and they reported that information to the IMF. And the IMF said, okay, that's cool. So it means that if you clean the coast, it means that you can save probably 25, 26, or $30 million from the payroll. On the basis of that, they started to target civil servants who were not in line with the Unity Party or were not Unity Party partisans, and started to remove people from the payroll. But unfortunately for them, the other report that they were depending on, the other report already was executed to a larger extent, meaning some of the people that the auditors thought were ghosts, a lot of those people reported. So when CSA went about to think that they can remove people, a lot of the people converged at the ministerial complex, some of them at the schools, at the hospital, at the clinic, and some of them came to town. So all the facades about reducing the payroll because of the purported costs, they couldn't achieve it. Now they have to move back to the 300 and some more million, actual payroll that we delivered to them. So another thing they did was, they said they needed to tap our salaries. And by tapping our salary, which they said they did last year, they took the payroll to 315. And now we're seeing the payroll at 329. And even at the 329, we also see another line in the budget, which they call auto compensation. Mm-hmm. So now you will wonder how come the payroll is moving, in that incremental direction, but civil servants pay are not increasing, significantly or not increasing at all. The reason why it's not increasing because the deception that they operated with by, falsely reducing the payroll in 2024 to 297 when the actual payroll was actually 306 is what is embarrassing them for them not to increase because the actual strength of the payroll was actually in 300. And then secondly, most of the intervention they're doing in terms of adding pay up, those were interventions that CDC were already doing. Adding health worker pay up, adding police pay up. And when you listen to some of the rescue or apologists, they say, oh yeah, we're gradually undoing harmonization. No, that's not undoing harmonization. You are actually doing exactly what we left behind, the roadmap we left behind. The capable we left behind on how to govern the wage bill is what you are using. And say you are using that same capable, you have to do gradual incremental. But unlike what we did, we were doing gradual incremental for the people that were affected heavily in terms of making low pay. Unlike United Party, who are gradually increasing pay, or some of the people who already have more. So you see, it's not that increment is not being felt at a lower level of civil servant, because they are selectively increasing the pay of certain people who they think are party, lieutenants or party supporters, while leaving the low salary earners of nurses or midwives.
They're facing small problem, I think. So Benedict.
Yeah.
Benedict? Okay, but Benedict,
Yes, so-
why you something? The salary for civil servant actually is 229 million, right? A little over
Yes.
229 million. But guess what?
Yes.
There is an additional $25.6 million for other compensation.
That one make it 26, it went to 355.
Yes. So
Yeah.
with the other compensation, we are very concerned. So you get civil servant at still 129, then you get other compensation, $25.6 million United States dollars for other compensation.
So for example, on other compensation, you know, Mo Ali said he was doing internship job, right? He was carrying intern to water and sewer.
Yes.
So those interns most often are Unity Party zealots who they cannot put on the payroll right now. So they carry them to the ministries and agencies and call them interim. They pay them under that other compensation. For example, our Minister of Finance, they recruited what they call technical focus person. You got one on the Minister of Finance website, you'll see all the ministers and assistant ministers got technical focus person in their offices.
Wow.
All the technical. Yeah. All that is not a secret. It was advertised. You know, it was advertised. Some of all women wanted to apply for it to go be technical focus person. Yeah. So from the controller office to the assistant minister office, everywhere they are technical focus person. Well, so where is this guy being paid from? For example, Daniel Yakona is now a civil servant. For example, Fatika is now a civil servant. So all those people they carry there, right? They want to be paid honor that. I even understood that one of your colleague panelists on Spoon FM is there. I don't know how true is that. Patrick. They call him Patrick Sewa, or is he the one? One of the guys are there. So that is where that money is, because you cannot put a poor on a payroll now. You are in the IMF program, and then you put it on a payroll, you'll not be able to raise the money. So you create that temporary compensation, which have been increasing over the time. Just in 1-2 years time, going to $26 million. Then you also will say, okay, all the ministry and agency got janitors, they got security, but they will get decide and say, okay, we'll give you contract to Akara's grade, you will provide security for Ministry of Finance. So this year, Akara, are you responsible for security? And then we'll pay you maybe 10, 20,000.
So Ben, you are actually saying the government put aside $25 million to pay consultant, contractors.
26 million. Yes, $26 million.
Yeah, okay, 26. Okay, to pay consultant, contractors, party zealots,
Yes.
supplementary, because the executive mansion has supplementary listing. They
Yes, all those
people supplementary on their own.
Yes, because we have consultancy assist. You said
$26 million, United States dollars.
Yes. I still checking. They even got consultancy still there, but because they made consultancy to appear like it was bad, they were removing it. They will not put that money on consultancy line. They will put it on other compensation. So yes, there where all those people are being paid for, and although to be a part of that other compensation line, you have to be a Unity Party president or recommended by a Unity Party president, or not to be seen as a CDC associate. Other than that, you don't benefit from that $26 million.
And you know what is happening in the country is that those who walk in the poo-poo water, in the feces water for Unity Party, they don't have jobs. Okay? But that $26 million from all education, girlfriend, boyfriend, family members, They just take them and put it under $26 million in the budget. And you just discover something, you're telling me that under consultancy, they have extra amount of money there.
I can find
budget, for example, Ben. The Ministry of Internal Affairs budget. I think we need to look at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ministry of Internal Affairs budget is one of the most dangerous budget, one of the most dangerous budget line or entity in the 2026 budget.
In 2023, we say $14.6 million. CDC, 2023, Ministry of Internal Affairs. Now, under Ministry of Internal Affairs, we see the 2026 budget at $57 million.
So, in that $57 million,
like 3 times. Yeah.
In that $57 million, or Wreh, are you getting me?
Yeah.
Hello?
We are getting you. Yeah.
I said to you, Internal Affairs Ministry budget is one of the most dangerous budget.
Wow.
Out of the 53 or $51 million, you got a budget with you?
It's 57 million, the draft budget, 57.06 million.
You have the budget there with you, right? There is a line on the Ministry of Internal. There's a line on the Ministry of Internal Affairs on the PSIP. There's $50 million that is for legislative projects. Listen to this. The legislative project has been
Internal Affairs.
Yes, for legislative project. Yes.
Wow.
You want me to find out and read it? Oh yes. Okay, so I'm going to read that to you.
Yeah, we need to get that provision of the budget, the $15 million under the Ministry of Internal Affairs. So maybe Dell can be responding while you're trying to cut it. If you just send it to me, I will put it up.
Yeah, I can call it right now and send it to you.
Yeah, call it and send it to me. What Dell can be responding, you will come in. That gave you less than 1 minute to call it and send it to me quick. Dell?
Yeah.
A big discovery has been made. We didn't know this. $15 million under the Ministry of Internal Affairs for legislative projects.
Yeah, so they do have a lot of increment in internal affairs budget. I think about $27 million. And we have to draw analogy to how Unity Party actually intend to run the budget.
No, between 2023 and 2026, the Ministry of Internal Affairs budget is $42 million additional. It was $14 million 2023, but now it's $57 million. $42 million additional.
Yeah, so Akaros, as a student as a lecturer of budget, and also as someone who has been in the country understanding the political dynamics, when I see the internal affairs budget, I see the NSA budget all increasing astronomically. And then I also see the seriousness in Unity Party in terms of building party headquarters and party structures across the country. Then I just easily reach to the realization that one of the reasons why they increase internal affairs budget is probably to use internal affairs as an instrument to build all their party headquarters or county headquarters in the counties.
Exactly.
Because they put that project under the name district project. So how can each district be building project and at the same time Unity Party building headquarters in a same district, and internal affairs will not use the material to build Unity Party headquarters? And most of the people that are running the government in terms of executing the budget are all the same people that are on the committee of the Unity Party in terms of building party structure. So you will see that, in fact, it's not a legislative project, they call it district project that will be run by internal affairs, by the Minister of Internal Affairs. So as he's trying to build city hall, conference hall in the county, they're also going to be building Unity Party headquarters in the county. So bulk of that 15 million, what it's going to achieve, it will not be public structure for the county, but it will be translated to achieving the county headquarters for Unity Party at the end of 2026, assuming they realize the 200 million from ArcelorMittal.
So Dell, I'm just.
Wow, this is a breaking
Go
news.
ahead.
So the next thing is, Unity Party is very clever, very, very smart, very crafty. Their headquarters, they don't want to build a headquarters with ArcelorMittal money because they know since CDC had groundbreaking, the momentum is in CDC favor to build party headquarters. So, since the ArcelorMittal money is not sure, the best way to build Unity Party headquarters, national headquarters, which they already kind of celebrating, they painting it, they're doing everything. Unity Party that was broke 2 years ago, that Unity Party, everything is happening for them. They buy building, they painting building, they doing everything. So since they want to build their headquarters or they want to acquire headquarters, they take money in core revenue, the actual revenue that they're supposed to use to increase hospitals budget. They increase the NSA budget from 13 million to 22 million. What extra is the NSA going to be doing with additional 8 million from 13 to 22? And you see all the momentum, you see all the exuberance all around Unity Party, people pretending that they're collecting money from their partisans to build headquarters. So that's part of the deception in the budget. You increase internal affairs by astronomical figure, take the money from the back door and build Unity Party county headquarters. Water and sewer, you increase water and sewer budget by $4 million. Use the money through the legs of Mo Ali, who always saying there's rapture with PWEP, requesting extra money, and then use that money to build some of the institutions that they want to build. How can Unity Party that couldn't pay rent? It's a same Unity Party that's saying they mobilizing resources. So the resource mobilization that only when they're in government. But now you see how they are using the budget and using those institutions that are less accountable, to build their party headquarters across, the electoral district in the country. Wow. That's part of the deception.
So still, I'm looking at the budget, right? Yeah. Most of the increment in the budget lines are to ministries where Joseph Boakai relatives are or his strong party stewards are. For example, internal affairs. That's where the increment is going. Mo Ali at the water and sewer. So most of the heavy increment going to places where Boakai family members or party stewards are in full charge. The EPS, for example, these are where the serious increment are going. Just look at the budget, you will see. And nothing actually towards where the people are actually going to benefit. So I thank you for this kind of clarification. At least it's helping our people to understand the devil in the numbers. How the Unity Party intend to steal from the ordinary Liberians. How the Unity Party intend to put more burden on the Liberian people. Because remember, Joseph Boakai said things prices were very high. So instead of fighting to reduce prices, I noticed that they are increasing the taxes from 10% all the way to 13% now. So that means things are going to be more expensive. Wow, we're in trouble.
So Jeff, Ben just send me this. Ben, where you see the red line? Ben?
Yeah.
Ben, why you send me where you see the red line? That's the 50 million there, right?
Yes.
Wow.
But can you read the project description, or you want me to read it?
I want you to read it.
Ben, you read it.
Writing small, you can read it, Ben.
You're looking small from your side, right?
Yes.
So this is what the project description says. The project description, what the project will do. The fund, which is the $15 million, The fund is intended for the national legislature.
What?
Through the let me read that again for the Liberian people. The $15 million, that's what they call the fund, is intended for the national legislature through the MIA to develop and implement projects in the 17 electoral districts across the nation. The project will be taken from the city identified in the district to support the quest of development. So you see that this project is squarely from the what? It will be utilized by what? The lawmakers. So legislative projects have gone to $15 million.
But the thing that no, it's questionable. The reason why it's questionable, Ben, yeah, we gotta look for it in the budget. The reason why we gotta look for it in the budget because legislative projects are usually placed on a list. So we gotta look at the list budget and see what is placed on the list.
So let's see what's on the list.
There's a big news, Ben. You may be underestimating it, but this is the biggest news today. That there is $15 million placed on the Ministry of Internal Affairs for district projects, for legislative projects. Nobody has discussed it. Never in the history of the legislature has there been money placed on the internal affairs for legislative projects because they are not implementer of projects. The implementing arm for these projects are less. That's why the lawmakers been going to implement their projects. So you need to look on the list to see whether there is not another money.
But besides that, lists were established specifically to carry out these kind of projects, the legislative projects. So how come now you are taking the statutory responsibility of lists and giving it to Ministry of Internal Affairs only because your nephew is there?
That is strange. I don't think
so. Let's look at the list budget and see what's happening with lists.
So Ben,
This guy
when you broke the news, if each lawmaker, if you divide 15 million by 103, each lawmaker will be getting $145,000. A lawmaker just called me and said they're not aware of this, and it's good that it's the draft budget. A lawmaker just called me and said that to put $15 million on our list is a discovery. You see why Ben would decide to bring you people on the show you and Dell? Because you people are
so they got to hire us to help them.
Yeah, but we need to go on our list to please check the budget on the list to see what they have for lawmakers also.
Okay, let's
$15 million. Especially, let's honor the secret budget of Internal Affairs Ministry. Say that district project, they will be going to the 73 district to do it. Internal Affairs, list that was created by an act of legislature to implement these projects. They're running away from. Can you imagine? Want to see what on a list budget in 2026? So that go to NSA. Let me see what I can put up the NSA budget here. Let me see.
But before you go to NSA, that is the specific, right?
Yeah.
I just want to get one general overview for you for the people to understand what we're talking about.
Okay.
The government, like Dell said, the core revenue, the real money the government show off they will get is $930 million. That $930 million is more than last year's budget. Last year's budget was around $880 million. So the one they will collect that $930 million, that the one they will eat first. That the message that people need to know. That the real money, that $930 million that people show off that it will come. That the one they divide their money and say first. That's when they get that $57 million to the. So the legislative money budget has increased by $15 million.
So that means that $15 million under internal affairs is part of the legislature. It's part of the 900 million. That they show
it's part of the 930. Very fine, my man. You understand the point. It's part of the 930 million because they show of getting that money.
They part of the core revenue.
So what they show of getting that, they want to divide the money and say, you know what I mean?
So great, if you do the calculation, each representative will get up to what? 145,000.
145.6 thousand K, yeah, 145.6K.
That one,
Ben, I beg you, Ben, I want you to look on our list, because if there's money on our list for the little project, then why they put the other money? You got the money that said district project 73. I mean 103. So the 3 districts, I mean, they put in that district project. The senators will not just sit there and allow that money to go there. That one lawmaker just called me that it was good that we're having this show. I'm telling you, one lawmaker from the ruling party just texted me that they did not know up to now that 15+ million were placed under internal affairs for district project. Why? You know what they're trying to do? They're trying to build district offices for Unity Party. Are you aware that Unity Party they were evicted from that office? Okay, they bought the place from the McQueen family for $3 million United States. The place they're going after one time that they're going back to. That place was being sold for $3 million United States. The Unity Party Philippines for it, taking people government money and pay for it. But I want you to see something on the recurring and the PSRP. Just look down there. I don't know whether you've seen it.
We've seen it.
Yeah, you see that the PSRP is 281.5 million.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you look at it keenly, that is about 22.2% of the budget.
Or here's the thing about
yeah,
that's it.
And the recurrent expenditure is about 76.7%. That's what you are discussing. So all of the $1.2 billion, the people taking $929 million, $929.6 million, you have to chop. On development, they spending $481 million. Can you imagine that? 23% of the budget is sending to development. 76.7% of the budget are chopping.
So let me just show you something also, right? Or Wreh.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Benedict.
Hello.
Ben,
Go ahead, Benedict.
If you look at that money they say they're spending on development, right? The real amount that coming from the government to go towards that development, it cannot even, if you take it technically, it cannot even be $10 million. Because when you take developmental 200 million from there, the donor panel are bringing in 72 million. You pull it at 272 million. And you put maybe the asset recovery, you put the asset recovery 10 million out there. That goes to the 281 or 82 million. So it means the government with the money is completely there for eating. No money there for project. Absolutely. So the government not spending money on project this year.
Wow.
No, yeah. The government not spending money on project this year. They got collecting money, eating it.
Wow. This is dangerous. So yeah, we're talking about the NSA budget. This is the NSA budget. Not the budget. Okay, just NSA. They say NSA alone, how much talking to talking with? One needs to put it on the NSA.
NSA is moving from 13 billion. The very NSA that the presidency wanted to audit, instead of now auditing it, he increasing the budget from 13 to 22 million.
Wow.
So that's part of the deception that we always talk about. So now he realized how the NSA is useful, and he now increasing the budget. So where is the security threat? There's no regional, sub-regional war in the country, in the region. Liberia is at peace with our neighbors. You have increased the internal security budget for the police, for the army. So what is the urge?
But my question is that with this increment there, my concern here is that did they increase the payment of personnel? The salaries?
So, when you look at the budget, you see that compensation is leaving 350 from 315 to 329. So there's a 13 million increment. And from what I gather from the minister's briefing with the press, those are intended to hire a personnel for hospitals. So the likes of EAW hospital is in at 13. So it's not actually increasing pay of civil servants, maybe the hiring. And probably the hiring are going to happen is to hire additional Unity Party partisans in the name of hiring for the civil service. In fact, the Civil Service Association president is on record of also condemning the budget, that with all of the increment in the budget, there's nothing there for civil servants. So I would think that if Unity Party is increasing the core revenue from 800 million to 926, which is around maybe 126 million in core revenue growth, you would think that they will probably take some money there, maybe 5 million, 6 million, and say, okay, let's do general increment for civil servants, which is what we left behind for them to do, which we were doing. But instead, that 30 million increment in the budget is not to increase the pay of people who are earning low, but maybe to hire additional Unity Party partisans or create new institutions, and bring Unity Party partisans on board. And that's what some of the condemnation from the Civil Service Association came, that, oh yes, the budget increase, we want to celebrate it, but we don't see anything in it for civil servant.
So Dell, let me ask you one question.
Yeah.
From what you see in the entire budget, do you think it's possible that this government, because listen, this was one of the government serious campaign against the CDC. They said that we harmonize the civil servants' salaries, and that was wrong. Do you think this government is able to reverse the harmonization, as the stated is almost 2 years in the governance? They haven't been able to reverse the harmonization, and now they've pushed the budget to 1.2 billion. That means they are expecting to receive more money. With this, do you think that this government is able to reverse the harmonization?
Absolutely not. No government, not even a government that will come after Joseph Boakai, that can reverse harmonization. To reverse harmonization means the people who were making, the ministers that were making 7,800, who currently now make 5,800 gross, you have to take them to 7,800. To reverse harmonization means the teachers that were making $40 when we took over and took them to 100, around 3,000 some more teachers, you have to take them to $40.
John, did you say that teachers before CDC came to power making $40?
Yes, 3,500 and some more teachers, all supplementary payroll. The chiefs, some of the elders, the chiefs that were making $40, 8,000 Liberian dollars, that we have to carry to 150. To reverse harmonization means you have to bring them to 8,000. So the work of harmonization wasn't just...
No, I said 8,000 Liberian dollars.
8,000 Liberian dollars, that what they were making, 8,000 Liberian dollars in 2018, 2019 were around $40 at the rate of 135 or 140.
That what some chiefs and teachers were making in
Yes,
Liberia?
yes, they were on supplementary payroll.
Wow, my people, you're listening, oh. They say CDC never did nothing.
So
wow.
Part of the harmonization and part of the pay reform was to take the bottom earners to somewhere. And how do we take them to somewhere was to first establish how much they should make. So if teachers who have 6 certificates are going to make $275 and they were making $40, the first step was to take them from $40 to $100 and then take them to $150 as part of the people who shouldn't earn below $150. So if any government think that they can reverse harmonization then they have to undo all of those actions. But another interesting thing, there were 4 ministry or agencies before the harmonization that were earning exorbitantly high. And that's one of the reasons why some of the people in Ministry of Finance don't like my business. Ministry of Finance directors were earning $3,250, while the same director at Ministry of Transport, at the Ministry of Post and Telecommunications, some of them were earning $450. So, to reverse harmonization means the people who are Ministry of Post and Telecommunications, some of who pay went from $450 to $750, or to $600, and to transport to $800. You have to bring them back to $450.
Wow.
There's no way that reversal can happen.
So, Dell,
so
that means harmonization did not only cut people's salaries.
No.
It increased people's salaries as well.
Of course. In the first
so that means the harmonization was taking from the rich and bringing it down and equalizing them with the poor.
Exactly. DA officers were making $35, $75.
Wow.
In the first year of harmonization, we have to take them to $125.
Hold on 1 minute. Dell, 1 minute. Dell, take your own time, because Dell, we want the public to listen. People thought that when the city came to power, people were not making $40, people were not making $35. Talk about the DA officers, how much they were making.
DA officers were making, some of them were making $35, some of them were making $40. Firefighters, fire service people, a lot of them were making $75. Immigration officers, some of them were making $100, $90.
You're talking about before CDC came to power in
before CDC, before harmonization. In the first year of harmonization, 15,000 civil servant pay was raised. They included people from the security sector. They included the teachers.
Hold on 1 minute. 15,000 persons pay were raised under CDC during harmonization.
In the first year of harmonization.
Yeah, that means a category of people who were making $35.
Yes.
Some were making $40.
$40, yes.
Some were making $90.
Some were making $90.
$100.
Yes. Yes.
So 15,000 of them
were taking up.
Pay went up.
Yes. 15,000 of them in the first year of harmonization.
Okay.
And then after the first year, incrementally, we started to increase the pay of those officers, some of the civil servants are making the bare minimum. And you will recall, Akaras, you will recall that there were demonstrations and protests at different ministry and agencies because people felt that they were still making low. And as part of the policy intervention,
Ministry of Information.
Ministry of Information, some of the directors they were making $400.
They were making $40. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Some of the directors, some of the supervisors were making $40. Some of the supervisors were making $40. Some of the security people were making $50. And when they did that protest, part of the intervention was, okay, we hear you, and then we will do some intervention and we'll carry a lot of them pay up. And one of the reasons why the government was not very loud about it, when you increase one ministry pay, the other ministry will go demonstrate. So when we did it, we had to keep it under cover, because the government didn't have the space to keep increasing everybody. So on doing harmonization it's just for the political uptake.
Jeff, just a minute. Dell, we want you to tell the Liberian people how much medical doctors were making and how much you took it to.
Medical doctors were earning about $800 and some more dollars.
$800 US and some more dollars.
Yeah, $800 US. And then the minimum we took it to was $2,137. As soon as the person leaves Doc Leoty, they do their internship. The first pay that they get entitled to is $2,137. When they leave, that stage and go to an advanced stage, then they go to $3,000 I think $214. Then so, especially went into
go ahead. Especially went into what?
Especially went into higher bracket.
Okay. So that is the result of the harmonization, right?
Yeah, so that part of the result, because one of the reasons that the government thought that increasing data pay was good was to encourage people in the medical field to, because our data to patient ratio was very low, and $800 wasn't attractive to bring more people in. So taking a medical data to $2,000 was more respectful of the profession. So the government decided to go through that. And once the government did it, a lot of the students that graduated from WLT, as soon as they graduate, they get onto the Ministry of Health payroll and start to make that pay.
So then what did you people do for the University of Liberia? It's very important in terms of this harmonization. What did you people do for the University of Liberia?
So, one of the arguments at the university, which is a very solid argument when Minister Wreh and Minister Maggie at the time when there was, the people, the professors, the lecturers said, how can they be producing accountant and they are the one making $800, $1,000, and the accountant making $3,000? That logic they propound, they provided that logic here, everyone. That you can have a professor making 1,000. The man who is training the person who's about to get bachelor degree to be accountant, and as soon as the man becomes accountant, the man start to make 3,000 or he start to make 2,000. But the man who training him is making 1,000.
Now the teachers, my professor,
the teachers, the lecturer, and so. So that's how come you say, okay, but what you people are saying, the faculty, it makes sense. We have to look into it. And that's how we revised the entire pay structure of the university. And that revision meant taking the average lecturer pay from $1,018 gross to a minimum of $1,800 gross. And if that professor or that lecturer served the university...
Can you go over that, please? Take your own time.
So lecturer at the university, when we took over the payroll, the salary that we were making, the gross salary that included taxes and everything, was $1,018. After the entire harmonization process, the minimum lecturer went over $1,800. Other lecturer went to $2,000 gross. And that's what took the university payroll or the university budget from 15 million to 30 million under the CDC.
Wow.
So they jumped in the university budget. Yeah. They jumped in the university budget from...
Wait. Let me conclude.
They jumped in the university budget from 15 million before CDC to 30 million or 33 million after CDC is because of the salary refund that will carry on at the university.
Okay, thank you, Dell. But Dell, I know, just before you come in, Benedict, there were people in the Unity Party government before we took over were making up to $15,000 per month.
Yes.
What happened with the people during the harmonization?
So those are the few people who say you harmonize my pay. And I will tell you, we had a broken wage system. Today, you see the CSA is powerful, it's because of harmonization.
Good.
CSA used to be one small on the building, rest RCO, where there was nothing major happening.
Yeah, right about the CEO there.
Yeah, where about the CEO? They were upstairs in one small on the
Yeah, before CDC came to power, they were in a small upstairs place. Yeah.
Thank you. They never had power. What restored their power is because we consolidated the pay and put the pay under the control of the CSA and the Ministry of Finance. That's why you see today, Joker then can be around, they having press conference. CSA ever used to have press conference before? Who used to listen to CSA press conference when everybody had their own payroll? But because the payroll now is
so you are saying every ministry wait, Dell. The people have to understand. You are saying every land ministry and agency under government had their own payroll.
Yes. Controlled by the minister.
They had a brand data controlled by the minister.
Yeah, they had the general allowance payroll controlled by the minister.
Wow.
The only one that was controlled by the CSA, which represented 30% of the payroll, was the basic salary.
Wow.
And because the minister controlled the 70% of the payroll, they never saw the authority, the respect of the CSA. That's why made the CSA used to be upstairs in that state building and never had power. And there was no CSA director general having press conference and moving around the place with such power, like, you know, we restored to the CSA after the harmonization. So you see ministry and agency, you see ministry and agency, you see ministry, you see ministry and agency trooping to the CSA, because all of the pay now is with the CSA is because harmonization restore the power, the dignity of the CSA.
And it says some minister used to take pay before the ordinary people in the building.
Yeah, they had a special allowance payroll that was controlled by CSA, and when the process A, they take pay, then the ministry and agency payroll will still be struggling. So under the same harmonization process, but you can't be minister, your payroll be somewhere, then your employee payroll somewhere. So on a cost accounting for how to properly account for the cost, every minister must go on their own payroll. So if the minister serious to take pay, it means as the minister is taking pay, the janitor too is taking pay. So we have to put all the ministers, the deputy ministers, on their own payroll, under their agency. That's some of the good thing harmonization did that they can talk. The president said, I come in 1 minute. The president came out with a policy and said, okay, you know what? If we want to suspend ministers, we want to do disciplinary action on them, how do we effect it? In the past, to do that, it was difficult because every agency had their own. But now the president can issue one instruction and say, you know what? All of my ministers that I'm relieving or are putting sanction on to do salary deduction, whatever it is, the CSA can seamlessly, easily implement that, unlike in the past when there was no reform. Because the payroll is centralized, is automated. Yeah.
How much ministers were making when we came to power, and how much?
They were making 7,800. They were making 7,800 gross pay. When we did harmonization, we reduced them to 5,800 to 2,000 for them.
Wow. What about deputy ministers?
Deputy ministers are making 5,800. Now they are making $4,334 for the last time I checked.
So reduce their money from 5,000 to 4,000 under the CDC.
4,003, yes. That's
what about the assistant ministers?
Assistant ministers were making $3,800. What we reduce them to $2,924. That is sacrifice the CDC official made. Unity Party want to
money that went to the doctor's salary being increased.
Yeah, so those are the money that went to the teacher. Those 3,500 teachers that were making $40. Those were the way how we increase their pay, by taking from ministers, and also by taking from some of the directors and some of the accountants and some of the special assistants who were extremely, excessively undeserving they pay under the general allowance. So if you're a special assistant and you're making $3,000 and other special assistants are making $1,000, of course you have to count into the $1,000 range. Those were the people that were making the noise. So another information, I come in, Jeff, let me get additional information.
I allow Dell to explain, because these things are very important. There's bombastic intellectually.
Yeah. So when you put all of the analysis together, only 8,000 people out of the 74,000 government employees that we consolidated, only 8,000 and some more people pay were actually reduced. And those 8,000 and some more people included ministers who pay were reduced. Then somebody say, oh, but you didn't reduce my pay, but my pay is still low. This is what happened, Akaros and Jeff. Because
the public listen, I'm here, Jeff.
Of course. The public need to know that before harmonization, before we automated the payroll and have an electronic payroll system that we left and we brought, all of the agencies were calculating their own payroll through using their own Excel spreadsheet. And when they did that, they voluntarily understated the taxes for themselves and for their employees. Wow. They also understated the Social Security deduction for themselves and for their employee. So when we automated the pay and put all the pay together and put it onto the system and apply the formula as per law, somebody pay who wasn't caught because you were paying a red tax, we see some deduction in the bank because that was the red application of the tax.
Wow.
When the analyst, when the programmer did the payroll for the first time after we consolidated all the pay, I asked him, I said, please run the income tax. Let me see how much is the income tax that we collect from the government payroll. When I checked the budget, before he did our calculation, I think we're receiving around $36 million from government employees as tax, the public sector. When they made data thing, the total income tax came to $100 and some million, 75 to $100 and some million. And then I asked the man, I said, you sure the calculation correct? He said, yeah, but that the table here, that the tax table I put into the program. And this is the tax table. So I said, but how come we only have on the budget for the public sector, for the government sector, we only have 36 million or 26 million in some instances? But the result of increasing from 26 to 75 million is because we automated the payroll. And tax calculation was done on the actual tax amount.
So how are you saying something about electronic payment system? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, the electronic payment system for the entire payroll. The general allowance, the general allowance.
That?
Yes. To put an entire payroll together and put it on one platform under the control of the CSA and the Ministry of Finance, that CDC did it, and it was done under harmonization. Today, the Director General of the CSA can sit down anywhere, and if there's instruction to block anybody pay, he can do it on the button of a phone. It was the reform that the CDC introduced under harmonization.
Wow.
So harmonization was not just about, we caught somebody pay. No, some of the people who pay were caught. They were deserving the court. But we owe no apology to any of them. If your ministry had a controller and the minister came and wanted to get rid of that controller, he appointed a financial advisor. You saw the controller function and gave that financial advisor $4,000. And if you saw that financial advisor on the payroll for $4,000 and the controller making low, we brought that financial advisor to what he's supposed to make and get the controller the pay that he's supposed to make. Those who benefited from the spoils of the general allowance are the people who are condemning harmonization. And those who are benefiting from harmonization are the security people, the teachers, and all the different people. NASCO, I will tell you, NASCO deduction was totally manipulated before harmonization. NASCO deduction is 4% on your gross. When ministry and agency calculated NASCO and deduction before harmonization, they did the 4% on the Liberian dollar, the 20% Liberian dollar portion of the employee pay.
And they didn't apply to the 80% US dollar.
They didn't apply to the 80% because they say they made the civil service to believe that they NASCO thing and Liberian dollar thing.
Wow.
So they took the 4% on the 20%.
When you apply across now on the entire gross,
exactly. Some people pay reduced. Yes. But again, it's a blessing for them because when they retire, instead of getting the regular $25, $30 that NASCO gave the current set of people, they will get better retirement amount. Yeah. That wasn't explained to the employees, at the time by their HR because all of them felt that.
Yeah. Y'all just want Ben one thing. Let's get Ben the benefit of the
doubt. So that's the reason why we always said.
Yeah, just small water.
Give me water.
Yes. Those who tell you that they will reverse harmonization. For example, I listened to Senator Snow. And somebody say I was criticizing Senator Snow. No, I wasn't criticizing Senator Snow. I was just trying to tell Senator Snow that his advocacy is born out of part of the misconception, the messaging the people gave around harmonization, that harmonization was cutting people's salary when the country would change it. Because of that, everybody believed that harmonization was wrong. And we have defended that harmonization was the right thing that happened.
Well, Ben, I'll see it differently, Ben, before you go further. Also, in my opinion, as a politician, He said the politics you play on CDC, that you will bring back harmonization, you will cut harmonization, you will put it aside. 2 years going on at the 3rd year, you bring it back. You know, for me, he being ironic. To tell people you criticize us and you say you will bring harmonization back. So it's about time that the budget has gone to $1.2 billion, you're bringing harmonization. So for me, that's why I see it.
That's it. But I'm also using that opportunity to explain some of the things Dell is explaining here, that harmonization was for the benefit of the country. And let me say something for extension of what Dell said. You know, there were almost 25, 30,000 people. Not all government workers were making US dollars. The people who were actually on the CSA payroll, they were the ones making Liberian dollars. For example, teachers, for example, health workers.
Yeah.
It is the harmonization that made all government workers to start making US. And one of the things I wanted you to do was, you see on your live comment, I tried to follow the comment as Dale was expanding. There are people here admitting. Somebody says that my uncle was to LDA, he was making $500. Somebody said my uncle was making 5,000, 8,000. There are people on your live show. They said there were 5,000 supplementary teachers making $8,000 before CVC. And so there will be a day that you get set up or will get set up and say, you know what? Let's open up to help workers who were making 5,000, 10,000. Let help workers call and say, no, let's go back to pre-harmonization. Let's find education workers who will say we like pre-harmonization before today. What happened to us was that the few people, in proportion to those who got tapped up or those who got increased, they were more noisy than those who, you know, salary issue, people keep salary to themselves. Nobody want to tell you that my salary increased.
Exactly.
Only when they deduct, people talk. So a 5,000 person complaining that my salary was reduced, those 5,000 voices will be heard more and it's spread all over.
Yeah.
And so today, they are regretting. And what I can say to you, the only group of people that can solve or work on the harmonization issue is the CDC, because we got the foundational knowledge. Even ourselves, we cannot reverse it like they said. CDC will win 2029. We will not reverse harmonization. All we're going to do is to implement the intention and recommendation of harmonization. And that intention was, if you hold the top of people, they put at a higher level, for example, civil service agency. Civil service agency is directors there making 1,007. You hold them to 1,007. The people from agriculture who making maybe 500, 700.
Ben, you said something, and somebody said, one Solomon Moore said, I am a witness. My uncle who teaches at the Charlottetown Public School in Riverside County was on the supplementary payroll, and he was earning 8,000 Liberian dollars, which is 40 United States dollars, before CDC came to power.
What for James Moore? James Moore is also saying, so I'm just saying to you, Wreh, all of us seditious, we who were part of the policy, we must be proud of our
the intent of the harmonization are where you were. You are
the intent of the harmonization was, one, to bring about system within the public service, because there wasn't a payroll system. One group of people making US dollars, another group of people making Liberian dollars. One group of people are being paid by the discretion of the minister. The minister said, give them 10,000. So we wanted to bring system in the payroll. That's one of the intent, and we achieved that. The other thing was to bring grading system. You know, in the civil service, the grade there wasn't a pay grade. You can get desired, they make position, your pay is on director made different. So we brought the pay grade system. If I'm not mistaken, it's about 9,000 different jobs in government that had different grades.
Exactly.
So on the basis of that, we established the pay grade framework and say, okay, we now have the pay grade framework. Let's see who is above their pay grade. Anybody above their pay grade, we bring them to their rightful pay grade. Those that below their pay grade will start adding to their pay grade.
Exactly.
And the final intention was that We'll keep adding people onto their pay until everybody reach to their maximum pay grade level.
Yeah.
That is based on the fiscal space.
Exactly.
We didn't have that space until we left power. So harmonization intent is to fill in our inequality gap, pay inequality gap. So this government, they don't have the logical framework, the foundation on to address those issues. So if they'll get a reverse, yeah, I want to agree with or agree that Snow will get being reminding, you will get reminding them, yeah, you are reminding them that you said this was bad. And we can tell the civil servants, you get wait, who CDC can address the issue. These people cannot. They don't have the ingenuity, they don't have the capacity to do it. Let me also say something that Dell said. You see, when I see Josiah Joker, my own brother, and just throw me on the radio, making everything to appear like all we did was bad, it hurts me. Because even Josiah was at the Small Arms Commission, he knows that he was not even on civil servant payroll. Josiah was yeah, he was not. Even the CSA herself was not on civil servant payroll.
Yes.
So when we establish that kind of system, you come and meet it, systems society is doing. People
work under the CDC government, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yes, Joker.
yeah.
In fact, let me tell you one information about Joker on that girl as a side track. There is a small
CSA boss, Joker. It's very important.
Yeah. There's a small arm project that the president gets signed a mandate on. He and myself work on that project. Honor the CDC for the short term, for when we program the budget and got the $9.6 million. I put $250,000 to be able to do that project on Josiah Joker. So to get tell you that we work together. So here's the point. We established the payroll system, but they presented it to look very ugly to the Liberian people. Today, nothing can be done about reversing that payroll system. So, and there, I think one of the things we also need to do is, the country is quiet now. We need to find time to go from radio station to find one bigger show around all the radio stations to explain again the harmonization and open the line for 1 hour. Let common people call who benefited from harmonization. Because today they have understood harmonization very well. We need 2 hours to explain, and we need 1 hour. Let people get called like these people explaining online to get tell the Liberian people that we made mistake. Harmonization was better. Georgia had good intention for us, but people don't know it.
You know, Benedict, to just add to what Benedict said. You know, you can run a government or run a budget, and you don't have control over pay. It's not possible. Where you have every minister, every ministry agency doing their own payroll, calculating the taxes the way they feel. That was a disaster. The international partner had problem with it. USAID wrote a nasty report about the payroll before harmonization. They said they were beyond the previous regime to fix the system. And how the previous regime of Unity Party decided to fix the system. They said, okay, they're doing pay reform, but they piloted 4 agencies. Took the 4 agencies from $700 for director to $3,000. Then you left 102 agencies beyond. That's gross inequality. And there was no pay structure. Like the Ben said, the only area they had pay structure was with the Liberian adult pay that the CSA had. But the general allowance, there was no pay structure. In fact, people pay were at the mercy of the minister and the deputy minister. Your pay can be $500 today. When you misbehave on it, or you do what they want you to do, they bring it to $200. Or when they bring somebody in to employ that person, they take $200 from you, they take $200 from John and give it to that person. But now with the payroll under the control of the CSA, you cannot easily take anybody pay to get to anybody because you have to get the approval of the CSA. That was the power that was restored to the CSA that made it Joker to be running around, getting somebody who have the greatest of power in the world. The harmonization getting that power.
Wow. Yeah. Can you repeat, please? On the line with our guest for tomorrow. We'll break the news for the guest tomorrow. The big face report that you people. No, I didn't get that. I beg you. Yeah.
The they filed a matter with me when the general allowance was under the control of the ministers. We represented 70% of the wage bill. The minister had the power to manipulate it. If Akara is making 500 today, and Akara came Monday morning and he now speak to the chief, or the chief saying somewhere he decided not to go there, the chief can reduce the allowance. And if the chief didn't to employ somebody and there was no space, the chief would take 200 from Akaros, take 100 from Chelsea, and take $50 from me and employ that person and get that person $350 or whatever. But today, because harmonization was done and the payroll was put under the control of the CSA, no minister can unilaterally, like they did in the past, reduce anybody's pay or employ anybody without the consent and approval of the CSA and the Ministry of Finance. That's one of the powerful things harmonization did, or the pay refund did. And it's that pay refund that restored the power, the constitutional power of the CSA to handle wage, to regulate wage, to set pay grade, and to employ people consistent with what the Constitution says. In the action of harmonization, the CSA was going to be one of the small entities around town that are moving from place to place. But today the CSA is powerful because the power of the CSA was restored through the pay refund process by centralizing the payment and putting it in control.
Let me say this, Dell. Let me tell you thank you before I move forward. You know,
now you're running my show, or I'm running the show. No. Yeah, I love you to handle the people you're lying to handle you. I can't to run the show.
My man, it's in a minute talking, my man. so interesting.
The man you join you out, the man I forget about everything. Go ahead, Benedict. Go ahead, Benedict.
You know, most of the things we do in Liberia here, we can say study tour or to go learn and best practice. This payroll system, we didn't go anywhere. Dell, that's why I say Dell, thank you, because Dell put a fee. Actually, behind Dell, so they will make plan. I say, my man, Dell, you are technician. We are you want to do. So when I want information, give it to me. Then we laugh about it. But because of what we did, Ghana and other places, other people came here to learn from us.
Exactly.
And because of that today, when you hear Josiah saying we're doing well, they're not inviting Josiah because of him, Josiah. They're inviting him because of what Dell did. The records that Dell and Thompson and the rest of us established with the CSA. One of the things we did was that there were some people making 2-3 salaries. They were working with 2 different government entities.
Double dipping.
People were not uniquely identified on the national payroll system. That means you could be Akara grade here with picture and you carry different pictures somewhere at Akara's grade. We introduce the national biometric. We say, you know what? 2 persons blood can be the same. They can have the same name, the same, and they can have the same telephone number. Somebody could lie on telephone number. So that one we brought biometric. We call it unique identifier within the payroll system.
Well, let's get an example. We got to be real. President Boygason, for example. He was at NPA and at NASCO, the little one. Yeah, harmonization discovered that. But we didn't make noise about it. If our champion today, that trouble. But Dell, before you go further, I want you to see something.
We can use 0%. We can use 0%. We harmonize your vote. No medication in the hospital. We harmonize your vote. No new employment. We harmonize your vote. You can also 0%. We can use 0%.
That's it.
We can use 0%. We can use 0%. We harmonize your vote. No medication in the hospital.
You know, Akaras, you brought me to a very important point that I must make. I must make rather regarding the health workers.
We got maximum 6 more minutes to go.
Yeah, that I should make about the health. I should make about the health workers. Okay. You know, unlike the Ministry of Education, where pay grade was set for teachers, B certificate, A certificate, C certificate, bachelor degree teacher, master degree teacher, all of them, they were pay grade set for them. and we use that pay grade. For the health worker, there was no pay grade. Most of the health workers that were hired by NGOs, most of them were making $100. Some of them were making $125.
Wow.
There were also supplementary health workers, around 560 supplementary health workers that were also making $8,000 on the first day, the first implementation of harmonization that we took with $100.
Wow.
So part of solving the health workers' problem was working with the health sector, the Ministry of Health and the Health Worker Association, the Civil Service Association, to come up with a uniform pay grade for all the practitioners in health, for all the different positions in health. It was at that point I knew that there are certain positions in the health ministry you will see as a lab technician, and all the different positions have different function and tasks. When we work with the health workers, we realized they were among the people that were paid minimally. $125. In fact, some of the health workers, they were only receiving LD pay and they were not getting allowance. People in the health worker will tell you that, oh, I only used to get LDO, I never had any incentive pay, because they used to call it US dollar pay incentive. Then they call it Liberian dollar pay salary. But by consolidating, we realized that health worker pay needed to go up. So what did we do? We worked with the health workers. We calibrated their pay.
Let me give you an example. We have our allowances, right? Then we have salary. You remember for the House of Representatives salary, it was not more salary in Liberia. We used to take salary in Liberia.
It will be around 25,000.
More than 250 United States dollar equivalent in Liberia.
Exactly.
Salary for the lawmaker. So all the other allowances put together, we took it to almost the 10,000 US. Then your Wreh collapsed it, harmonized it. Remember the House of Representatives.
Yeah, to $7,900, something like that. Yes. So with the health workers, we work with them and say, okay, what we're going to do, we establish the position, the team, they gave us meaning of all the positions, and we establish pay grade for all the health worker positions. And say, as a justification, as a sincerity to implement the policy, the government will commit. The Minister of Finance signed an MOU with the Health Workers Association. The CSA Director General signed an MOU with the Health Workers Association, and the Minister of Health also signed, committing the government to reforming the pay grade, the payroll of the health worker position. And as a manifestation to do that, when CDC was turning over, the CDC put $5 million in the budget to start the implementation of the pay adjustment for the health workers. Which we're going to see the pay, which are going to see the pay of nurses moving up, the pay of midwives moving up, and the pay of all the smaller positions below medical doctor going up, because the health worker have problem. Say, oh, every day you're posting that you carry doctor pay to 2,000. What about the nurses that can be on call when the doctor is not there? Why you're not carrying our pay up? It will what force us to do that MOU and to implement the MOU in 2024 budget before we put $5 million there. The first thing when United Party did, swept that year away. They swept that one away.
That's true. When we received the budget for 2024, it was $5 million, but we decided we not pass the budget until the next government come to power. So when the United Party government came to power, they took the $5 million out to increase health worker pay. And these people here, they don't know, and because of that,
the matter of Morris that was dancing, instead of United Party saying they're correcting that harmonization team to carry their pay up, the United Party swept that $5 million away. They say, oh, our political agreement. But the health workers should hold the government to a feet, because the Minister of Finance signed, the CSA Director General signed, and the Minister of Health signed for them to implement that MOU.
So let me go to that audio you play. That video you play.
As gentlemen, our guests will beg you. We'll give each person 2 minutes. We'll run all the time. We'll find another time to bring you all. No, Ben, I told you, I said I wanted to give you 8 minutes. You said no. Ben, no, Ben on us. No, we'll get 2 minutes for closing.
So let me close on that video, right? And you listen to that video, they talk about 20. You said?
We'll give you 2 minutes.
Okay. So I said, let me
Yeah,
close on the video.
Okay.
You getting me now?
We gave us 100%. We gave you 0%. We gave us 100%. We gave you 0%. We have another salary. We have another vote. No medication in the hospital. We have another vote. No new employment. We have another vote. We gave us 100%. We gave you 0%.
Okay, so let me close on that clip. If you see that clip, they talk about 2 or 3 things, 20%. We were paying 20% in Liberian dollars, 80% in US dollars. Today, the rescue government is paying 30% in Liberian dollars and 70% in US dollars. But they're not crying.
They were not
They
crying.
said that was
working 20%
They
of
said-
right now, but we were paying 30% now. They were not taught that shit.
Yes. Then they said no drugs in the hospital. We will provide drugs in the hospital. Today, this is one interesting thing. Everything you do in government hospital, you need to pay. There's a fee for service now. In every village, you go register, you got to go register, you got to pay. Even be better, even children that used to be free, they cannot be free again. We're paying for service. That's another topic by itself.
Wow.
So, yeah, so I like to say to the Liberian people that it was good that you gave us the opportunity to work for this country. We did our best. But the lies, the misconception took over and they deceive you. But hold your peace. Your time is coming. The CDC is coming back, and we're coming back for visible change. That change is not about change of physical world only. It's going to be change in income. Your income will rise because our program and that we are pursuing, it will be about raising people's income because we have set the foundation for that already. We'll continue to move on. We'll continue to talk to you. But CSA or civil servant, we are sorry for what is going on. These people don't have the methodology. They don't have the ingenuity. The intention in the budget is bad. The budget is there for them to eat fresh. And we will eat at last when manna falls from heaven. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dell.
Yeah, so in closing, we want for the Liberian people to open their eyes. The budget before the legislature is very deceptive. It's not a fair, it's not a credible budget. It's the budget intended to make the people rejoice on paper, but make them to suffer in reality. A budget that is taxing the people when you already have hardship is not a good budget. How can a government say they're getting windfall from Arsenal Metal? In a year, they carry tax rate up. What kind of paradox is that? You growing domestic revenue by 125 million. Why are you carrying taxes up when you know the country already has? You already set up a committee with the vice president to reduce prices. But paradoxically, you carrying taxes up on GST. And GST affects the poor man. It's very regressive. So you
tell the poor what they call GST now.
GST is the goods and services tax. Any food that you eat, the tax already in it. So when you see prices going up, when you see egg price leaving from $40 to $50, that the GST carrying it up. When you see biscuit moving from $15 going to $20, that's because the government put GST on it. And if the government keep increasing the tax, how can the same government say, oh, they want to reduce the suffering of the Liberian people? How can the government say that? How can the government, the thing that's supposed to support the people, how can the government not put it in the priority budget, in the core budget, in the core revenue envelope? How can the government say they wait for Arsenal Metal before they build the university, renovate the university, when Unity Party is already renovating their party headquarters? How we should wait for Arsenal Metal money to renovate the university, but we're not waiting for Arsenal Metal money to carry NSA and budget to by 8 million. How?
And the
what kind of feeling is that? Yeah, and you use it to pay your headquarters. You're not waiting for Arsenal Metal money to increase the budget of internal affairs to pay district tenant, but using the core revenue to do it. Why can't you use the core revenue to renovate the university? Why can't you use the core revenue to increase the budget of JFK? Those are the areas that affect the ordinary people. But you're waiting for ArcelorMittal money. You're waiting for asset recovery money. What kind of paradox is that? That budget is not credible.
So $10 million. What do we find that money here?
So the university gets $6 million there. So we wait for asset recovery before we renovate the university. My people, that the kind of budget the people doing. That the kind of budget there. The budget not in favor of the people. The budget is a scam to create impression, but underwater to suffer the people.
Dell, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Benedict Kolubah and Dell Francis, very good expert in developmental analysis and policy analysis. Dell is teaching at the University of
Liberia.
Yeah.
I'm a lecturer. I'm a lecturer at the university. Teaching public finance economics.
That's great. We just want to tell the people that the people who grow here are not ordinary people when it comes to discussing the issues. So, guys, we want to say thank you very much. We wish you can join us in due course.
Yes.
But it was nice being with you people. And Jeff and I, good night, Benedict. Have a wonderful night. And tomorrow, Sunday, you can go to church. And I will be going to church. Thank you very much. We appreciate your presence, Benedict.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And have a wonderful weekend. And thanks to everyone for listening to the show. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But great man.
Yes.
Wow. In less than 2 minutes we'll close. But look at this. Tomorrow, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Tomorrow the guest is Speaker J. Fonati Kofa. He will speak on a wide range of issues. He will focus on the issue of the oil blocks. He will focus on the budget. He will focus on his clandestine removal. His resignation, he will focus on it. He will focus on a lot of legislative issues and other national issues. So tomorrow, join us at 6 p.m. Liberian time. Eastern time will be in America, the Eastern time will be 1 p.m. So 1 p.m. American time tomorrow, Eastern time, all the way to 3:30 your time, we will be going live and bombastic. Join us Liberia time, 6 o'clock tomorrow on Sunday, from 6 to 8:30. Our special guest will be J. Fonati Kofa. Great man. It won't be easy. You know, we're taking them by surprise. Your station is growing. Join us. Follow our life. We're on YouTube also. We are being broadcast now on Voice of Banga 103.5. During the course of next week, I can assure you that we'll be on nothing less than 3 or 4 platforms. So what we'll do is that we'll start some fundraising because we need some cell phones. It will not be today. We need some cell phones for the counties so our people can go live. We need some laptops. We need to provide petroleum product, gasoline, or for the radio station. Some of them I will be relaying, or we need to compensate our people across, our reporters. We got to provide scratch card to them, data. You know, we got to empower them. So it's a whole big thing. To blow out, it means that we need our people to help us. We know a lot of people will help us. We know a lot of people will help us. We'll provide, hopefully tomorrow we'll provide the SendWave or the mobile money number. We'll provide it tomorrow. And we have, I think we should come on by 5 o'clock tomorrow so we can start our fundraising by 6 o'clock. Then we can have former Speaker J. Fonati Kofa. Thank you very much. Jeff, your closing comment, then I will close.
General, today was seamless. I mean, the guys discussed the issue with eloquence and precision. I mean, look, I can say what the CDC government did for this country, the Unity Party cannot do 1/3 of it. Therefore, come 2029, let's kick the Unity Party out and replace them with the CDC so that our country can move forward. The harmonization alone was a great progress in our country. That alone was a great progress. So we are thankful to former President Wreh and the CDC government for what they did for our country. And the mistake that was made in 2023 will be corrected 2029. Thank you very much, Honorable Wreh. We will be doing the fundraising tomorrow by 5 o'clock, so that we can be able to raise some funding to spread the show on the radio stations. We want to have some radio stations carrying our show, so that more people can listen to the kind of information that we're giving here today by Dell and Benedict. We need more people to hear this. So we come to you
with cell phones, laptops, you know, we need all of these things.
Our supporters in the diaspora and locally, we look forward to your contribution to making this show a wonderful place for all of us. Thank you very much, General Wreh.
Thank you, Jeff. I want to say again, thank you to our guests. I want to say thank you to our many people in the comment sections, those of you who share this show, helping us to make it big. Not just share, but join the platform. You know, you have to follow the platform. Press the button, go and follow, press the follow button, follow this platform. Let's grow the platform. You know, some people are saying, oh, the number of people that, no, there's a new platform. Okay, there's a very new platform. The people will come in our millions, like seditions and non-seditions. What we're starting will take the people by surprise. But tomorrow we'll have J. Fonatikofa. We have this man, one of the brothers in the history of the country. We have him tomorrow. He will be our special guest tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Fonatikofa. He will be very, 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 very. I mean, we expect other stations to relay for us also and other platforms. But tomorrow, former Speaker Fonatikofa will be with us. He will be our guest. So, guys, come tomorrow. Inform everyone 6 p.m. Liberian time. Be with us. You give us, you help us in life. We got to stand with you because you did it for us. And this is how we go home with this, our intro and our closing. Jeff, thank you very much. And we'll close up with this.
Pipeline Road, Chubor Road, Rehab Community Corridor, Small St. Michael Town Hall Court to Patient Shop, Dry Rice Market to Johnsonville, Doe Community, Claratown Road, where there was no road since independence, Bartonsville to Keba to Dicksville Road, VOA ELW Community Access Road, Manatemba Road, ELWA Aratu Community Access Road, Cooper Farm Jangaba Road, Sinkal Village Telecom Road, Soul Clinic Road, Banjok Community Road, Nickletown Road, Swagger Island Community Road, Logantown Broad Street, St. Kizito Red Light Road, Fairground Road, Grand Bassa County, Banga Broad Street, Bon County, Bopolu City Street, Bapolu County, Greenville, Sino County, Barclayville, Grand Crew County, Foka Mission Road. Additionally, with the development partners' assistance solicited by President George Wreh, construction is also ongoing on major corridors throughout Liberia. Notwithstanding the support from partners, the Wreh-led government is partly contributing resources to all of these road projects. The Coca-Cola factory to ELWA Junction Road is being paved with assistance from the World Bank. The CDC administration resuscitated a 2007 agreement with ArcelorMittal and also contributed $13 million to the Ganta to Yekepa Road project, which is nearing completion. Under his signature coastal highway project, the president has secured $30 million from the ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development to pave from Barclayville to Southtown, that is in Grand Creek County, and from Southtown to Cloney in Sino County. The CDC-led government renegotiated the terms of the Banga to Salaye Road, which is now ongoing. President George Weah's government negotiated with the OPEC Fund for International Development and signed a $25 million concessional facility to extend the construction of the Banga to Konya Road as far as Vonjaman in Lofa County. His government also negotiated and signed agreements with the Kuwaiti Fund and the Arab Bank for Development in Africa, BADIE, to pave the road from Vonjaman to Manikoma Highway to complete the paved road network in Lofa County. The Weah-led government has sought funding from African Development Bank and broken grounds for the pavement of Sekimpa to Logato Road. Procurement for civil works has been completed and contract signed. President Weah has embarked on another ambitious project to upgrade and expand the 44 kilometers RIA road into a modern expressway. The first tranche of money is secured and resettlement payments are now made to residents in the right-of-way of the route to make demolition feasible. The German government has committed $16 million and the World Bank has also committed $29 million to construct the Ganta to Tapita to Zegru Road project. The government of Liberia and the government of the People's Republic of China signed a $25.9 million grant agreement to construct 2 overpass interchange bridges of the ministerial complex and the SKD Boulevard Junction in Congo Town. The COVID-19 pandemic has halted further discussions. All of these happened before President Weah reached half-mark of his first term.